What's up, guys? It's Benny. When you have a brand as damaged as MSNBC, you're bound to see changes soon from a corporate perspective. MSNBC has seen dramatic declines in viewership. Their viewership has been cut in half. According to rumors inside of the network, they can't even pay for makeup people anymore, and the hosts are having to take massive pay cuts. They've lost approximately 50% of their viewers. And so what you're going to have is a major problem that not even NBC News wants to attach its name to any longer. MSNBC has unveiled a brand new name and logo after splitting from NBC News, and it's dumping its iconic peacock. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. MS Now, which is crazy because the MS stands for Microsoft in the NBC. So Microsoft and NBC, National Broadcast Corporation, that was the original logo. This is now the new logo, which again looks like it was made in MS Paint. So maybe that's what it looks like. Maybe that's why. Maybe this is why. Maybe they're like, well, we designed it in MS Paint, and now it's MS Now. MS also stands for multiple sclerosis. It's like nomenclature. MS, PMS, kind of just obvious. This is insane. Apparently, it doesn't stand for Microsoft though. It stands for My Source. So this is a complete and total nightmare. It also looks like garbage. It's getting roasted across the internet. Let's read. MSNBC will rename My Source News Opinion World. Or MS Now for short, as it prepares to split from its parent company, NBC Universal. The title was just announced as staffers at the Progressive Opinion Network Monday, and the Wall Street Journal reported. MS Now will first appear on screens in its new stylized form later this year. The change, CEO Mark Lazarus said in an internal memo obtained by Daily Mail, represents a new company's focus on building our individual identity and vision for the future while laying a foundation for continued growth and success across the business. Really? Really? What foundation would that be exactly? Somebody please show me the foundation. This is your foundation. It will also see the peacock logo, long associated with NBC Universal, be abandoned after C-suites decided the logo would need to stay with NBC. NBC saying, I just want none of this, right? Lazarus, the boss of the spinoff company, stressed to staffers that while the name will be different, the brand's commitment to audience will not change. But there is no audience. Your audience is either dying or already dead. However, the move, in part of a broader programming haul by MSNBC president and Jen Psaki, recently installed Maddow's successor at the 9 p.m. slot, and she just had a meltdown over us in the White House, which is so fun. But the company is reeling from a massive, massive problem with the American people, which is that nobody cares about them or trusts them. MS Now is so bad. The other thing that I like, just off the top of the dome, like you've so destroyed your own brand that you have to rebrand to that. Like what this is a admission of is that we destroyed the MSNBC brand. And so because of that, we have to desperately try and do something different to try and trick people. It looks like it was made in Microsoft Paint. More accurate name would have been BS Now. Okay, all right, here's what the internet is saying. MSNBC stands for Microsoft National Broadcasting Company. They've now rebranded to MS. So they're just Microsoft, right? Like what is, this makes no sense. MS Now sounds like a Microsoft product that's been discontinued since 1996. MSNBC splits up with NBC News. It's also dropping the NBC from its name later this year. MS Now. This thing is in total collapse. Not a joke, but it is a joke because it's totally embarrassing. Fixed it. MSNBC is now rebranding to MS Now, BS Now. There you go. Okay. All right. Internet's having a field day with this. Megyn Kelly, MSNBC got shivved by NBC. Can't share our respected name as NBC pretends that it has some impeccable reputation to protect, which is funny because Megyn Kelly left Fox for NBC, but whatever. MSNBC is rebranding as MS Now. Good Lord, MSNBC's brand is so toxic. They won't let them use the NBC brand any longer. They named their new network after a disease. Again, MS stands for multiple sclerosis. A lot of people have it. It's big, bad disease. It's not good. Speaking of very bad, wait till you hear how Morning Joe announced the name. It's It's very North Korea. I'll play that clip for you in a second. Think about how many millions of consultants got paid to come up with MS Now in a Microsoft Paint logo. Graphic design is my passion. Here's how we get more viewers. Don't change a thing. Same staff, same stories covered. Everything's the exact same, but we changed the name to MS Now. MS Now releases new network slogan because that's not funny. MSNBC is changing their name to MS Now because obviously their problem was the title of the network. MSNBC is being sold off to NBC. This is their new logo. Really, guys, MS Now. More appropriate as a new name for MSNBC would not be MS, but BS now. Yes, everyone. This is funny because Jeff Clark works at the White House, which is great. So this is the White House chiming in. Ha ha ha. Here's Stephen Chung. Just saying ha 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 ha. The White House comms director. White House issued a response to the MSNBC rebrand. Ha ha ha. Rebranding isn't going to save you, MSNBC or MSN Now or whatever. There you go. It's MS Now. Oh, yeah. MS Now. Rename MSNBC, drop famed peacock logo in Comcast separation. MS Now sounds like a half-ass slogan for a big pharma ad. Oh, yes. They're going the way of CNN Plus. Remember CNN Plus? How many millions of dollars were paid to the LinkedIn consultants time waster class to land MS Now? How many focus groups meeting? Also, what the hell? What is this supposed to be? What is that supposed to be? The equality symbol, but like with a Marxist paint job, like nice, sharp, red Marxist. MS Now, multiple sclerosis now. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, guys, here's Joe Scarborough, like holding back tears and complaining that MSNBC is now gone and is now MS Now. It's just so funny. Here you go. Watch him cry.
All right, we have breaking news as it pertains to our network. This morning, a new name for the network by the end of the year. We will become MS Now, which stands for My Source for News, Opinion, and the World. And look, Andrew, they even have a graphic up. I like it.
There it is.
Actually,
the new logo.
It looks very sporty. As we go to Versant, we're going to be moving in this direction. MS Now, which I got to say, I got a call yesterday afternoon, and they're saying, "We hope you're okay. We're going." I was like, "What do you mean? Like this shows we're independent." And what I've said on this show time and time again is you look at the people that are running the company, they're entrepreneurial. Right. Like when you have somebody come into your company after working for like big corporations and you're talking, you're saying, and they go, "We want you to be entrepreneurial. We want you to come up with new ideas. We want you to push the boundaries." I'm excited about that. So I'm excited about this too. It's like, what's in a name? Well, whatever you put into the name.
Well, look, my understanding is this decision was a choice by NBC Universal. Right. Remember, originally they were going to leave the Peacock with the different units. Right. They decided that they wanted that to stay with NBC Universal. Having said that, despite my sentimentality about the Peacock, I've always loved the Peacock. Yeah. The truth is, I've always thought about this network and CNBC and USA and actually all of those assets as insurgent networks. Right. This is an insurgent network, and I love the idea, to be honest with you. You can take out your salt shaker or whatever you want to do and say, take it with a grain of salt. But I like this because I think it actually does have this sort of independence and actually gets away in some ways from even the idea of legacy media. Yeah. Right? I mean, I think what you're seeing MS do and what you're seeing some of these other networks do now is not just linear, but by the way, I'm watching you on TikTok now. Do you know that? You know, I'm seeing you on TikTok.
So this is a thing, and of course, because I'm hip with the kids, people, I know. I actually didn't know this, but this network is the most watched news network on TikTok and on YouTube.
Yes,
right?
it is.
So we are moving. We're moving in a direction beyond corporate media. And again, I think this fits. It fits. It's where it's a new marketplace. And you look at legacy media, you look at the old media companies. I could list a lot of names, John Lemire, that meant a lot 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that mean nothing absolutely now. It's what have you done for me lately? And are you looking to the future? Are you trying to hold on to the past? And this is a question. Are we going to be like Eastman Kodak throughout the 1980s and 90s? Or are we going to be like NVIDIA and look at a brave new world? And I think this actually helps us do that.
The media landscape has been changing a lot over the last decade or so, but it's been really accelerated in the last few years in this particular moment. So it does seem an ideal time to rebrand, an ideal time to embrace a new identity, to, as you said, to be an insurgent network. MS Now.
By the way, it's also a line in the sand just about the future. And the truth is that this network, originally the MS, was Microsoft.
Right.
So for a very long time, there has been a rebrand, I would argue, almost in order.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's good. Slight
You're just
smile.
saying that. You're just saying that.
No, I think it's good, and I think I think that I didn't know the MS was from Microsoft. I mean that. I think
crazy. That deal didn't go well for Microsoft.
Yeah,
but
no,
anyway.
it did not. But I think that's right. And look, we know for a fact that people get their news, a lot of it from YouTube and TikTok. So if you're biggest news, if you're the biggest news network out there, that's a big deal.
Yeah, the goal is again, be entrepreneurial and be independent. Let's.
We call it. We've always used to say MS anyway.
Yeah,
MS, and then the truth is now is what this is all about.
Right. Exactly.